Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our show by Sips and Bants. I'm Momoyo.
I am Bugo.
And today we're speaking about something that is quite important to us and that happens a lot in our lives, and we've seen happening even with people around our lives and our friends and things like that. And that topic is people pleasing.
Ooh,
It's a lot.
okay. Very personal.
Yes, very, very personal. So I'll dive into number one, going directly into a definition. So I looked online, and there is by medical news today. It says a people pleaser personality means a person feels a strong urge to please others, even at their own expense. They may feel that their wants and needs do not matter or alter their personality around others. It's not a medical diagnosis or a personality trait that psychologists measure. Instead, it's an informal label people use to describe a variety of behaviors, such as agreeing to errands a person does not have time for. So I'm thinking these are things that you do that are detrimental to you or come to at the expense of you as a person.
Makes sense. Okay.
So this is different from traits such as kindness, generosity, or altruism. While people can make a balanced and intentional choice to do favors for others, an individual with people-pleasing tendencies will find it hard to say no. So that's key number one. You can't say no.
You don't know how to say no.
You can't say no. They may agree to things they do not want or not able to do. So basically that's it.
So from this, what I'm getting is that the core things is that it's not about doing things for other people. It's doing them in a way that is detrimental to you. It affects you negatively.
Yeah.
And it takes away from you.
Yes.
It's not an addition. It takes away from you and in a negative way.
Yes.
So it's like giving money to someone when you don't have money to give. So you'd rather borrow it to give to someone else.
Ooh, that's crazy, man.
So today we are making what I call a bare minimum but amazing cocktail. Bare minimum because it literally is bare minimal efforts. It's really easy. You can make it. The ingredients, you probably will have them at home or in your nearest shop or kiosk or liquor store. It's basically rum, coke. This is lemon juice. If you have lime, use lime. Whatever you use. These days I'm not too like. As I said, I'm learning to use what you have.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have some lemon wedges just for garnish. And not to forget ice.
Lots of ice.
Wamo is very passionate about ice.
Loads.
In our house, you'll always have more than you need.
Yeah.
Literally. And you need a lot of ice, you'll always have more than you need.
Okay.
But anyway, it's basically that simple.
Sour. Perfect. So you can start your things. I have like a notebook here. I'm asking the questions today. What I'd like us to go into is, do you think you're a people pleaser, by the way?
I am a recovering.
People pleaser.
You remember in one of our episodes you said I have changed.
Yes.
And you've noticed it and you're having to adjust.
Yeah.
And that is because I am now, since last year, towards actually the end of last year, I started putting in the work of unlearning that. And there's so much that comes with it. But yeah, so I'll say I'm a recovering people pleaser.
And you said, okay, for me, when I look at, I can't say like I'm generally a people pleaser, but I can say that I've had instances where I have wanted to please. And also I can say that it's at the detriment of my being, because the one thing that I've learned is to ensure that I come first. But even that has been a learning process. So I can point out some elements where I said, okay, I did this so that this person can be happy, even though it didn't take away from me as much as you would say, like from the definition, but it came from a point where I want this person to be pleased.
So when you say it that way, is it really because people pleasing means it has to be at detrimental to you. You're not doing it for their joy.
Yeah.
You're doing it, you don't want to do it, but then you feel the guilt, or you feel like you have you don't usually feel guilt, you feel like you have no option. Because like you cannot fathom you saying no to that person. Yeah, so like it will be like if this day you have had I'm gonna give an example, very rough and hard week, so you cannot show up for anyone. Then someone tells you, oh my god, I have this, will you be able to come through? Then in your mind no is not an option. So you'll be so you will go, what you'll feel like, you'll feel a lot of you'll be tired, but also you'll feel a form. It almost feels like no, it's I feel like it's a favor you're doing this person.
Imagine I still say no. I feel guilty, but I'll be like, you know what? I come first.
You are among the pure ones. Like you're among the best of us in this life.
I'm like, come first. It's okay. We can do this later. Yeah. But I think also it's in general, like in terms of people pleasing when it comes to friends or people, acquaintances, family and things like that. No, but when it comes to I think a relationship, a romantic kind of setting, that is when I feel like maybe I do a bit extra, and I don't know whether being in a relationship necessitates that or not. But yeah, I think I please more in the relationship than I do with other people. And also, okay, even for family. But even family, I'm like, I put my foot down.
Oh wow. Okay. Baby girl.
Niambie how it manifests for you.
Oh. For me, how it used to be, and it's still a struggle, I won't even lie, I say yes even when I have no business saying yes. Because either I am too tired, I don't have the money for it, or I just don't want to. To see not wanting to is also enough
reason.
Yes, like I still, maybe it could be I just don't want to be
Do you
around
start
people.
looking for a reason?
No, what happens is I will as I was in that journey of unlearning before, because I never used to be aware, I would try, then I'll be like, okay, no, ni sawa tu. So I will show up, and then I'm not fooling myself, you know, or even if I am, it will take so much for me. Oopsie.
Don't worry, I'll take this as a snack.
It will take so much from me. It's going to oops. Ooh, this is too.
It will shade.
Oh, there. So it will take so much from me. It will take me time to recover.
Let me ask you, at what point did you realize that you're a people pleaser?
First, hold that thought, because that's a story, and I'd like us to go on as we have our drink.
How?
So guys, what we've done is we've put ice in our highball glasses. Highball are the longer ones. So you put as much ice as you can. This one is tinier. I've put full.
Add your ice.
3/4. Yeah, you can add more. Then with cocktails, for me it's more or less like what Wamoyo does. I go with the feeling, then I adjust based on taste. But for the sake of just having a base, because I'm very keen on having bases, because I like to have a base of, okay, so where do I start from?
Let me tell you, for today, I have waited for long to say stirred and not shaken. But mostly shaken, not stirred is what fits. Shaken, not stirred.
And then there's a whole story to the day we make martinis, because we both really love martinis. We'll go into that story.
Two parts. Yes. Yeah, so today we are not shaking, we are stirring.
Yes, so I'm just going to put 1 shot glass of rum into both. Okay, well, that glass was like it will be so now let's put a bit less because it's tinier.
Yeah. So can we have a taste of this rum before we make a cocktail? Because I feel like rums are normally have like a smoky feeling.
Funny enough, I don't think I like the taste of just pure rum, but you have a taste and tell me.
It's not harsh, but it's also not smoky. I don't know why I thought that. But also me, I don't like rum. It's not my go-to drink, but I think the cocktails, especially with cola, works very well.
Yes.
But it reminds me, you remember, I'm drinking rum
and Red Bull.
Her voice clearly is better. Otherwise, call me for karaoke nights. I'll make the whole club know that there's karaoke night.
Clearly, you are very good for me because honestly, my singing voice is the worst. But anyway, moving away from that, so we've just put rum in both glasses after I put in the ice. Like, this is really simple. Then after that, we'll now just put the Coke. Just put Coke to the fill of the glass.
Yeah.
And then now we'll put in a dash of lime or lemon juice.
Sour.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, so for you, I was asking how it has manifested.
For me, it's basically using resources I don't have, or rather that are not at my disposal at a given time, for other people's benefits in a way that now it becomes detrimental to me. It can be a time resource in this case. Is
I think I'm coming down with a cold.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Sorry. It can be time. It can be money. Bless you.
Excuse me.
We're just adding in some Coke.
So you're saying it can be time, it can be money.
Yeah, for me, resources can be time, can be money, can be emotion or capacity. You know, in terms of, actually, capacity is basically all of them, but because that's where it comes in.
Okay.
But yes, so that is it. I give more than I can afford to give at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
this
interesting.
is how cute is that? I feel like I usually like this.
The way it looks like.
Yeah, the gradient.
Because against the sun. Look.
It's very summer-like.
Do you know those Coca-Cola adverts where they put ice and then they put Coca-Cola and then you hear the shh, and then you want to sip. As someone in marketing, by the way, you do it well. You do it well, honestly. But also, you've had hundreds of. They've been around for many years. Quite a long time to perfect it.
They've been there as long as I've been alive, so.
They've been there for long. I should tell you their origin. I listen to something. I like marketing, so I listen to podcasts where they talk about how different brands originated and where they came from. So interesting.
Interesting. Let me know about that
later,
so you can keep going on.
So, do you think, have you learned people pleasing? Have you unlearned people pleasing? Sorry.
I will say I have now. No, well, I'm on that journey. I wouldn't say it's a thing that you fully unlearn. I think it's something you continuously unlearn and not keep practicing it. In terms of, you see how any, let me say, habit, I won't call it bad or good habit, but any habit when you want to unlearn it, what you do is you become aware of it. Then once you become aware of it now, you now interrogate it. So where does this come from? How does it manifest for me? Then from there you look, so how do I unlearning it is more of how do I stop doing it and what do I do in its place? Because there cannot be a vacuum for you to be able to move on from that. Okay. So I guess I'm in that position of replacing it for something else and also having done the whole awareness process of it. So I'm in that journey. Unlearning, I am unlearning it. It's a continuous. You say continuous. Present continuous participle, whatever.
It's a journey for you, so it's something that you do regularly.
Yeah, it's something I'm on the journey of.
Okay, so let me ask, say for example 3 years back, what are some of the things you used to do 3 years back that you're not doing now that have been part of you unlearning that people pleasing?
For me, I'll give you an example. Now if I can't show up for someone, twofold, emotionally, where I tell someone is, even if you're going through something, I'll tell you, I'm really sorry for that. But right now, I am in the pits as well. I can't show up. Allow me to get back to you when I can.
When you have the capacity to do that.
I actually use the word capacity a lot with people.
Yeah.
Because I usually just say I don't have capacity for that. And now what has also happened is that I've also learned to move away from being very overly sensitized. So what you'll find is that I will cut back on social media. Also, that's another thing I've learned about social media. It makes us very aware of everyone else's lives without them really telling us individually about it. So as a people pleaser, you know what I'll do? I will see someone put a story. Could be just they've had a bad day, they put it on. I will feel like it's my job to reach out, ask why they do, as in how your day is, why it's been that bad, how can I make it better? And you see, them they could be just putting it for the sake. I can see you change.
I'm like,
yeah.
When you say that, I'm trying to look at it as, have I ever looked at somebody's day and thought about how do I make it better? For me, when I look at people, especially people who are not in my inner circle, like say you, if it's someone who's just on the internet that I follow and they're having a bad day, I'll be like, okay, yeah, you're having it. I'm sorry that you have. I hope it gets better. I'm like, it's for you, but I know I'm not in any position to make it better. But if it's someone like you, and I know I can make it better, like for me, I have levels. I have levels to how I manage even friendships and relationships and these people around me. So my inner circle, I will try. The other people, I'll be like, I am sorry you're going through this. I can send you a motivational quote, maybe a link or something. I can write you a nice message. I hope that message helps you, but that is as far as I go. I don't have the energy.
It doesn't weigh on you.
Who is this person?
I'll give you an example. And
Okay.
actually, before I go there, so that we can now start sipping on our drinks, because it's really
Have you
that
put the
simple.
lemon juice?
Now that is where, and it's literally, so this is the lemon juice. It's literally a dash. And when you put the lemon juice, it's because first, when you put in the rum has that a bold and it's, yes, and it's very present.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for the other word, but I can't. Yeah, so it's very dominant.
Uh-huh.
So when you put in the Coke, what Coke does is the color is it's also quite dominant, but it's also sweet. So it sweetens the drink. It tapers off that darkness, that depth of it.
It's like when you're cooking very spicy food, and then you put lemon, and then it mellows.
It's actually, that's the same. And you see what you do is don't put a lot of lemon. Like the lemon is not really a big ingredient. It's just to mellow to bring everything together.
Yes.
It's the same thing with the Cuba Libre. Just put in a bit of a dash. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Then star.
Star, baby.
Star.
Star. I was reading something, or I was looking at something this week, and I was actually, is it the 47 habits, somebody 48 habits do of something of power?
Oh, 48, 47, okay,
whatever.
whatever.
40 something habits of power, something to bring power. And then it's okay, we'll get some habits. So what they were saying is, you, but then that book is toxic. The 48 laws of power, hey, definitely toxic. Hey, if you take it and you read some of those things. So I looked at it. One of the things they're saying is you should, if it's the other people who are like your enemies, you should just give them enough but not too much. Just get them confused and mixed up, and then you leave them for your own benefit. I was like, wow. Yeah, so if you're out there reading these motivational books, my friend, figure out what you're gonna pick, because if you apply everything, you'll be one very toxic person. Yeah, but anyway, babes, we finished our drink. Is it ready?
Yes. Actually, now that you've mentioned that, I usually have a theory. Any motivational book it's like any podcast, like any vlog. It's someone giving their opinions.
Yeah.
Some may be based on some research. Those are the better ones. But more often than not, even sharing their bias with the world. So the same way someone will talk and you'll be like, I don't think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Please come with the same mentality when you're reading those books.
Hey, that one, I've never seen such a book. Hey, I didn't read the whole thing. I only read the summaries at the beginning. I was like, okay, some of them make sense, but some of them I'm like, ooh, child. And then I identified two people I have interacted with in life, and there's like, they tick those boxes, they tick them, and then with those two people I have always felt there's something off with them. Anyway, maybe I'll
come back to it at some point.
Come back to it, yeah.
Moving on.
So, what are these for?
So that we can now finish with our drink. Like literally, again, I will say it's that simple. These are just lemon wedges. So what I like to do is, now that we've already put the juice, I'll just twist again. Then I only like to read my glasses with the lemon juice, because so that whatever point you drink, you will feel that lemon and it combines. I can see your face. Then I just like to dip it. People put it on the side, but I just like to dip it. So I'll do the same on this side.
Just rim it a bit.
Just a bit more, rim a bit, and just put it in. And that is it. Like literally, that is what the Cuban. It's rum, Coke, a bit of lime or lemon juice. And that's it.
So it, as part of your people unlearning people pleasing, have there been instances where you feel guilty?
Actually, I think that is a main emotion or feeling that you actually feel. First, cheers.
Cheers, baby.
It's a key thing you feel or you experience.
Yum.
I love it. It's a core thing I think you feel, and mainly it's because they're moving from a part where all you used to do is to you used to curate your whole reaction into pleasing people.
Yeah.
And now you're moving into doing based on, can I actually do it? Can I afford to do it? From money, from time, from emotion, all of those things. So I think the core thing you feel is guilt, and also you feel very selfish. Actually, I won't lie, there are times I've had to ask myself, am I being selfish for saying no? It sounds very, when I say it out loud, it sounds very outlandish, like, as in honestly. Yeah. But honestly, it's something I struggled with. I have struggled. I continue to struggle with, but now, as much as I feel the guilt, because I have that awareness, I'm able to power through. I'm able to hold my ground on. I said I can avail myself for this. It's okay, even if I feel guilty. We will all both survive.
My question is, where do you think these people pleasing habit came from, or what's the root cause?
For me,
Yeah.
and I thank God for therapy, because the thing about therapy is that even if it doesn't have to be, it's not lifelong, but it gives you so many tools, and then you get to ask yourself so many questions, and then you do the work. I've realized it's something I developed when I was young to survive. I'm very adaptable, but I've realized my adaptability used to be very based on people liking me. So I'll figure out who you are as a person, what makes you tick, so if I figure out what makes you tick, I become that which works for you.
It's interesting when you say that, that it came from wanting people to like you. You know, we've discussed in previous episodes where you've said that I have a strong personality. So I think I learned early enough that with my personality, not everyone will like me. And the ones who don't like me will be like, it's okay, it's fine. So now I don't have to start figuring out how do I make them like me.
Yes. Makes a lot of sense actually.
It does. Now when you say it, I'm like, okay, yes, it does. And I don't know. I think it came from I think reinforcement, or even having a close relationship with my parents. So for me, it's like, okay, when I used to have a lot of open conversations with my dad, and when I have those conversations, he guides me in a way that he deems fit. And I think from that, I just at some point I realized, not everyone will like me, and I think it's okay, because the ones who like me, and they're my people, and I'm okay with them. I mean, some nataka ni do. Okay, I get that. So how's the journey been for you to unlearn?
It's been, I feel like saying hard is simplifying it. It's been it's literally just been a journey, because I still have days where I fall back and I commit to something I have no business committing because I don't have capacity, I don't have what. But also there have been days where I have made the decision not to, but then have to deal with the guilt.
Let me ask, have you ever committed to something, and then the day of actual execution, you're like, by the way, I don't have the energy for this?
I have, and the thing is, because initially when I was a people pleaser, it was not even an option in my mind. I can opt out with any other reason. Then what will happen is, and here's the other thing I've realized, and one of the, I think, symptoms, or rather how it exhibits is someone who explains why they can't show up, or why they have to say no to you. Just know it's their way of like trying to make it palatable, because just saying an outright no feels like it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, okay, no, I can't come. On that day I am doing, I think I'll be so tired, but if I have time, I will come. As in, I won't lie, I think that is one core way of you being a people pleaser. Because I know it's still a no. I'll be like, no, that day I don't think I'll make it.
Yeah.
And even for your loved ones, you'll be like I won't lie. Recently I had to tell my family, no, I can't travel for that because I already had committed to this, and I can't whatever on that. And what they were doing was not something that is cannot be done again or won't be done again. So I just said no.
Let me ask.
There's some guilt tripping, but I stood by it, and actually that day when I journaled, it's when I realized it.
Okay, let me ask. Let me give an example, because for me, I said when it's general people, I'm like, it's okay, it's no, it's done. But when it comes to people who are close to me, say when my partner or my family, my close friends and family, that's when I feel like sometimes I feel guilty, and I don't know whether it stems from people pleasing, but I have a guilt. Like for example, there's a time when my parents were coming back, and they wanted they were coming by, and they wanted to step in. Okay, their car had spoiled, so they borrowed mine, And then when they were returning it, they were like, they wanted to come in for tea. And then I was like, no. It's like, I can't. I'd be like, nirudishe, just return the car. Goodbye. Akasema, and then my dad said, sasa, kasema, yes, I could welcome you any other day, but not today. And that was it. There was no explanations. And I felt guilty, but then I had to remind myself that if I was to get them into my house and then start making tea, it would make me irritable, it would make me annoyed, it would not be me. And I was okay with saying no, but there was also an aspect of guilt.
And I feel like that, do you know where that guilt comes from? Societally, that is what is expected. That societal way of being. It's like how, think about growing up. Anyone could just show up at your doorstep.
Yeah.
At least now we have more boundaries coming into place. So you do not just decide you're going to come into my house. You know. I don't have to.
Okay.
So that is different now. But you see what you've done is, if you are a people pleaser, that saying no will have been very hard. But you know, you feeling that guilt, it's just you having been, I think, being brought up in the society we are in, especially in our own, like when we were younger. I know you're in a different place, and that's the thing. You see, all those things you've said, you'll have been very irritable.
Yeah,
that's the thing about people pleasers. You say yes, and then you see to the other person, them they're thinking, oh, you actually want to be there.
Yeah.
Then you show up. What you're doing is now you're being irritable, you become a party pooper.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
And you're feeling, me, I have done you a favor by coming here.
Yeah.
I had so many things, I still made time to come. And it becomes that now there is that disconnect. And that's why people pleasing is bad for both parties.
And I think it also comes with awareness. It comes with knowing yourself enough to know that if I was to go ahead and do these things, I would react in 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so that if you're going to do it, if you still feel that and you say you're going to do it, make peace.
Yes, make peace with feeling.
I am so tired.
Feeling terrible.
But I have to show up, and also don't expect that the other person, when they're faced with the same circumstances, will make the same decisions.
Oh yes.
That they will do something that is to their detriment for you.
Yeah.
In that same way.
Yeah.
Also that becomes now the expectations. Put expectations on the other party to make the exact same decisions.
Okay.
It could be, for you, if that was not a big deal, it will not be people pleasing.
Yeah.
So you could be like, yeah, I can do me. I'll just do Red Bull the whole night if you want me to show up for a night out, or for your birthday, and I had things I had to do during the day. I'll do that, but don't expect it in a way that, as I think I'm very big on reciprocity. Also, because I think has come with learning people pleasing. Because as a people pleaser, which also you overstretch yourself.
Yeah.
In ways that normal people will not do.
Can I tell you something I do? When I say that and I feel like I should have shown up or I should have done that, I wait for a time when I have the capacity to do it, and then I am the one who will initiate.
And that is very important. And actually I will mention that I had a meeting, not really a meeting, a hangout with some core girlfriends of mine a few weeks back. And one of the things I did is I mentioned I was actually in the process of wanting to withdraw, like to pull back.
Yeah.
And that is because, see, previously what I used to do is I used to fully show up for all my friends. I think if you're my friend, it's something you'll have noticed, like I'll really want to really know how you doing, how can I make life better, all that, a lot, all the time. Then what will happen is that when I will not go into my pits, when I'm having those phases, I will fully withdraw and go off. I will never ask people for any help. I will not even allow people to help me. What I'll just do is do a lot of radio silence. But then when I come back with so much vigor. I will only tell you about whatever I was going through because I've overcome it. If I'm still going through it, I will mention it. No, I'm fine.
The thing I've noticed with you though is you've learned with time to actually express and say that you're going through 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I don't know whether that applies to all your friendships, but at least with our friendship, when I'm trying to reach out or I'm trying to do something with you, you'll be like, okay, I'm in this headspace. And then what I've also come to learn is when you're in that headspace, the things you can do and the things you can't. And then even for myself, manage my own expectations to say, okay, she's not able to, and I understand. And I think also it's being with your friend for a long time. I know what is normal. I know for you it will be maybe a couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks. But once it extends beyond a certain period of time, then I can start getting worried. But then I haven't gotten to a place where I have gotten worried with you yet. I hope we don't get there.
I have tools right now that I have put in place that help me not to exaggerate, not exaggerate, like to roll over to a worrying part.
Yes.
Because I usually say I'll give myself 2 weeks if I can, because also now I have those tools.
Yeah.
As I keep saying therapy. If they roll over beyond that, what I do, the first thing I do is now I look for my therapist called Dr. Kevin. So I look for Dr. Kevin. Tell Dr. Kevin I don't think I'm okay.
Dr. Kevin sounds like a millennial.
He's a proper millennial, and I think that is why he works for me. Actually, I referred him to a number of friends. It was also a referral from a friend.
Because all the doctors will always go with the second name, Dr. Kamau, Dr. Kenovia,
No, actually, he gives you both his names, just that I have stuck to his first name.
Oh.
Actually, funny enough, I don't even call him Dr. Kevin. I call him Dr. Gashi, but my friends call him Dr. Kevin. Like the friends I've referred him to, I referred them to him. So I've picked up. Me, I used to call him Dr. Gashi. Even on my phone is Dr. Gashi.
I'm glad that you've already gone into the tools part. So one tool is therapy, another tool.
So I guess for me, the key tools other than therapy has been journaling. Journaling has, and I guess I've mentioned that previously, and I think I'll keep doing that over and over. Because what journaling does is it helps me put my thoughts into an orderly manner. When I'm writing, it doesn't feel orderly, but when I read it, I'm like, okay, fine. Actually, I can see a trend, or I can see what is the underlying issue.
I think I should try journaling. You're speaking very highly of it.
Honestly, I feel like it really helps because it's the first thing, before you come to someone else. Journaling one, it allows you to be very exposed and very vulnerable without having to think. Generally, literally, the times I don't even know what I just pick my pen and I'm like, okay. Even the times I'll write, I'll be like, I don't feel like writing. But anyway, what I think for this minute, so there's no order to it. So when I do it, by the time I am done, it puts my thoughts into perspective. Then I realize, in actual sense, because I have a very strong belief that more often than not, we kind of know what is the problem subconsciously, but not in our conscious mind.
Okay.
So when you journal,
also it's uncomfortable.
Yes, even to deal, and also it's heavy.
It's
having
very
to deal with your
heavy.
thoughts all the time is really a lot. So when you actually do put that down, then you're able to say, okay, fine, at least. And I feel like the first step to dealing with anything is awareness.
Oh yes, definitely. Because you can't deal with something that you're not aware
Yes,
of.
that is it.
Okay,
So I guess, and I think in many ways, those will be the tools I keep coming back to. And again, I guess, as I said a few episodes back, is social media. And social media in terms of, one, seeing people share their journeys, which makes me feel like, okay, maybe you know what? I am not
You're not alone.
I'm not the problem person.
Yeah.
Seeing what they have gone through within their journey.
Yeah.
And also that's why I really I feel like our podcast vlog is very important. It also we just share who we are and then what has worked for us.
Okay.
Then from there, someone is able to pick one or two things, and also interacting with us via social media. Those are the things we share. We also we share things that are working for us.
Okay.
And I think that is why also I'm very happy to be born in this era, to be a millennial.
Yeah. So there is millennial and then there is zennial. You're not a millennial, you're also not a Gen Z. You're just in between those two. Like you have habits of both sides.
Okay.
The way you said it's a transition phase between which and what? The zennials. I'm working with a zennial right now. Very interesting. But anyway, going back to our conversation, I want to ask you, how has your life changed since you first identified that you're a people pleaser, and then now you started walking the journey of undoing that and going back to figuring out how do you put yourself first and not do things at the detriment of yourself.
So I guess let me start from a me perspective. My life has changed in terms of I've had to be kinder to myself. That sounds very, I don't really say I'm trying to explain it, but really just be kinder to myself, because I used to call myself selfish a lot, or rather I used to wonder whether I am selfish, and have to now work on both lines. If I do something for my own well-being, am I being selfish?
Yeah.
And most people who have who don't suffer from people pleasing to them it's just it's none, like it's not, it's you don't have to think about it.
I have a question
Uh-huh.
before you even finish that. Do you think people pleasing is female thing than it is a male thing?
To be honest, I think it is more steeped in women than it is in men, but from a cultural perspective, how we are brought up.
Yeah.
We don't know how to say no as women.
Yes. And we expected to say yes.
When you say no as a woman, you are the problem. It's the same thing as women. We are not like speaking up. You're the problem.
Yeah.
You have to teach yourself how to speak up and be okay with speaking up.
There's a time it came to me, and then I said, "What? I'm gonna emulate men. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna emulate what men do, because there's no time a man will say no, and they think, oh my God, I'm feeling guilty." Or they'll start thinking, am I pleasing this person too much? Men say no, and they don't explain.
Okay, I will say at least I know one guy who puts everyone else's needs in front of everyone, or above everyone else, above himself rather. Yeah. And because of that, I'm very cautious and protective of him.
Yes.
Because he's a family member. But I agree.
But especially in corporate, in the corporate world.
In corporate, and what I've also realized is, thank God for my voice. Because the funny thing is, I am a people pleaser when it comes to my social, but in corporate, I probably it's because I've had some key women in my life who've also been very vocal.
Okay.
So they have held my hand, and now my personality has also come out. Because as a person, I'm quite vocal. It's just that how societal norms and expectations,
yes,
they cripple everything else. So, and that is, you remember when I said when we're talking about self-acceptance and self-awareness, for me it was having to know, like, it's okay to be on a person of both sides.
Yeah.
I can be dual in a way.
Yes.
That I can be a very vocal person in the boardroom, and then I can also have quiet moments as a person.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You do not have to say you're always loud or you're always quiet. You have to define me by that.
Exactly.
So I guess also, which is a very good thing you brought that up, part of that has been I have come into being myself more. Like, I don't have to define. I have a defined way. I can say yes to something today. Tomorrow I can say no to something else.
Yeah. I also think you can say no to that same thing. I'm like, and it's okay.
Yeah. Or I can say yes to that same thing later because my situation has changed.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
It's
so I guess
fine.
there's that. There's also guilt. There's been a lot of guilt. So having to work through that guilt. And what it is that I have to work on it. There's no fixing it.
You're feeling guilty.
I feel very guilty when I say no to people. But
I feel like guilt is a passing emotion for me. It comes and it passes. The moment I affirm myself in my decision, it's gone.
When I tell you, before I could be able to understand you, or actually not even understand, appreciate you, the reason why I had a problem with being your friend is you are all the things that I feel like I would want. That is where I should be in terms of emotional understanding of self.
Yeah.
But I had not done that work. And it's still a journey on some things. And I'm not to say that everything that you are is everything I want to be.
Yeah.
But there are core things that you are that for me it's work.
You see? The same thing. It's also the same. I think that's why our friendship is really amazing, because there are things about you that I really like and I adopt, and it's also work for me. But it's work I appreciate because I have seen the value manifest or show up in your life.
Oh, that is something.
Yeah.
I've never heard of us say that about our friendship.
But okay, sometimes with I think these things are
they just come when they come up. But anyway, so yeah, I guess the main things is that those are the main things. Guilt.
Perfect.
Yeah, and because I won't lie, I remember even in one of my therapy sessions, I actually went and asked my therapist, "Do you think I'm selfish?" It was that. I know.
What did the therapist? Of course, he or she will say yes.
She did say yes. So you know what they do is they make you know.
Where did they ask you? Where do you think that comes from?
Yeah. Then you realize, okay, I'm not selfish, but this is what I think, this and that.
Have I thought
maybe there are times I have been selfish and all that, but I quite realize me saying no, me wanting to say to put my needs
You know what I'm
fast
thinking
is
about?
not selfish.
Is whether I have been selfish, and I wouldn't say that I am selfish, but I would say someone might look at the situation and say that you were selfish to do that.
Wow.
And I'll be like, that's your opinion, but for me, I have my reasons. I think selfishness is imposed on you, because when you do something, I don't think it's your go-to reason for doing something is I wanna be selfish. It's a negative trait or emotion that for me and my upbringing, it's not an ideal situation to be in. So I would never outrightly be I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and the result is that I'm gonna be selfish.
Okay. Anyway, I guess for me, as we wrap this up in terms of this discussion on that point, how I have come to answer my question on selfishness, I always ask myself, was I kind? I've realized, because there are people who do selfish things. Even I have done selfish things at some points. The question becomes, but did I act out of kindness?
Do I ask you, do you think you owe anyone kindness?
I think so. I think I owe humanity kindness.
Everyone kindness.
I feel like for me, and actually for me, one of the most attractive traits of anyone is kindness.
Yeah.
Because kindness is just being a basic, good and fair human being. For me, that is what kindness is.
But I also think there's a balance between being kind and then people pleasing.
It's a very fine line.
Yes, it's a very fine line. I'd be like, okay, fine, it's good to be kind, but to what cost, or to what limit, to what extent?
Yes. No, yes. That is a very good, because actually it's almost the same as when do you give they post say give the homeless person the coat of your back.
Yes.
Honestly, if I'm going to freeze to death, what am I giving that person?
Right?
That coat. So I'm just transferring that problem to myself.
Can I tell you something? I think you can only be so kind to the point of self-preservation.
And that has to, because it's human to self-preserve.
Yes.
That has to be human. The only thing is, don't be greedy about it, or don't be, basically don't be greedy about it.
Okay, so when you look at, there's kindness and then there's self-preservation. For me, I think if kindness goes beyond self-preservation, then it becomes people-pleasing and it becomes a no-no.
You know what? I've never thought about it that way. But now, when I'm doing my metrics, that is my new level of determining it. I think if you're a people pleaser, like recovering, and I'm recovering.
People pleaser.
I think that makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Because at times people do things, and I'm like, why you don't have a sense of self-preservation?
It sounds very, and that's the thing about this state of being. It sounds very obnoxious to anyone else. Like, what do you mean? But for we who are how we have been, I would rather have embodied that trait, and we are working on it. I want to believe everyone is working on it. If not, please do that journey. Because also the quality of life that comes with, that's also one of the things.
Yes.
Quality of life that comes with it.
Definitely improves.
You're also entitled to receive all the goodness you want to give everyone else.
Absolutely.
And it's not, I think people have a lot of way of putting it, but you deserve as much goodness as anyone else. So start with you. If you can give yourself that goodness, you can give it to anyone else.
And can you really give someone goodness that you can't give yourself?
No, actually, you wouldn't even know how to.
Exactly. So, my love, as we are concluding this conversation, what would you tell someone who is struggling with, first has related some of the examples that you've given on self-preservation, on people pleasing?
You can only say what you relate to.
Yes. On people pleasing, and what can you tell them in terms of starting the journey or even continuing with the journey of unlearning that and putting themselves, for me it's putting yourself first. I don't know whether that's selfish, but I think you have to put yourself, you have to fill your cup before you fill any other. If yours is empty, you honestly cannot fill any other. For me, that's how I look at it.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing I'll say is that the thing is, for you, because it's your usual state of being, that it feels very normal. You don't see as in what is the big deal about it. Okay, maybe you may understand it from us, but from a point of doing it, you didn't understand why struggle so much with it. Like, it's you take care of yourself. But from this, like where I sit and who I am, I guess what I will tell people is, first is just acknowledging. As I said, everything starts with being aware.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it. And I've come to realize that all of these describing words, never take them with whether it's a good or a bad thing. Just take it, it's a state of being. Right now I'm a people pleaser. It's that simple.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
It's that simple. So I'll acknowledge it, then
acknowledge and accept.
Yes. But also ask, so when you say you're a people pleaser, why am I a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Because what it also means is you're breaking it down. You're breaking down, I'm a people pleaser because this, and so you'll also come up with examples on the on this instance, I did this, and this is how it made me feel. It's just when you break it down, you become really aware of you. Like, what did you do that correlates to that people pleasing? So once you do that, now you already have a basis of what you're trying to work on. It's not abstract anymore. It's not a big deal they're working on. Just saying, okay, the next time someone asks me if I have money and I don't have that money, even if I have that money but I don't have that money to give, that money is meant to go to
or you're not even comfortable to give them.
Yes. Mamo is giving the complex. This is level 3 of learning people pleasing. Please,
for me, please. By the way, there are times someone will ask me for money. I have it, but I'm not comfortable giving them because I do not believe that they have the capacity, or they're going to make the effort to pay me back. If I don't feel like, I don't even need a reason, like I don't even know to know whether you're CRB or not, I don't care. I don't think, for me, you don't meet the criteria for someone who is trustworthy to do that, and that's it. Like,
okay,
it doesn't have to be complex. For me, it's like, no, see now. But I had that big issue of saying no, especially for money. And nowadays, I came to a place like, what am I feeling? Because I've been burnt, not once or twice. I've been burnt. I've been generous. But Uzuri, it has not been to the detriment of me, but I have been burnt in saying, I'll give this person money, and then they don't return it. So, I came to realize, if I don't feel comfortable, it's okay. I listen to my gut. If it says no, it says no. I don't have to explain to you. Even me, myself, I don't explain to myself. Be like, it's a no. We keep moving.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So, guys,
let's finish.
Yeah, that is what level 3 feels like. So, the thing is, understand it, come up with basic examples of how you have done that. Then from there you can be able to work on it. You're able to say, the next time someone tells me, let's even just use the money bit, give me money. For me, how that journey has been is, I will start by it. Someone asks me, give me 5k. I'll tell them, I only have 2k. I know I can. Wamo is not showing her eyes on camera, but within herself, she's. But that is how I started, and now I'm able to say no. I'll say no, I don't have. It moved from saying no, I only have 2k, to saying no, and I'll give you a random excuse. No, I just say no, I don't have money to give you right now. So it's been a journey, and I think that is one of the most important things. Allow yourself to have it as a journey, such where you are, and also because it's something you have to deal with the guilt.
Yes.
So
even for me, who's not a people pleaser, sorry to interrupt, I also have the guilt, because I think it's also conditioning. But my guilt just doesn't last long.
For us, it's something you keep feeling, and then now what you do is you avoid that person, all that. So I guess for me, that's the main thing I'll tell that person.
My darling.
It's work. I won't lie, it's work. But I won't lie, it's
I think it's fulfilling though.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
And then for me as a friend of a recovering people pleaser, I don't like it.
Oh, another thing is, just know your friendships
dynamics change.
Yes, and it's okay.
And those people that you lose is fine.
It's fine. You may lose them, or they may move from being what you consider your inner circle.
Yeah.
Because you see, also friendships have different levels. This is something else we'll discuss in one of our other episodes.
Yeah.
But they may change. Someone may move from here to here.
Yeah.
You'll also be able to speak your mind a bit more often.
Yeah.
Like as I was saying.
And let me tell you guys, the things we're telling you, they'll make you unlikable. I'm not even lying. But the ones who like you, they will love you. So
And they'll be your tribe. They'll be,
yes.
because when you fully show up as yourself in all the ways that you are, you find the people who are your people, and they will ride for you in very different ways, like in a deeper way than more of this or that. And I still feel you need people on different levels.
I think it is.
But at core,
Can I give you
have
an
your core
example?
people.
It's like sushi. There are people who cannot stand sushi. It's unpalatable. And then there are people who love sushi, and it's everything. You will become sushi.
When are you taking me for a sushi date?
We'll go to Zen.
Again?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
fine. Okay,
Ama, we go for the next meeting for Chamala so that we.
They will not agree. Anyway, we need to wrap this up.
Yes. Let's close it.
Yes. Go ahead, man. So that, I think that is what I'll tell people. And
Babes, you are about to come. You said go ahead. What?
go ahead and close for us.
Said
My
you go-
love.
Oh yes, thank you. I'm saying that.
I am learning. I am a very fast learner.
Yes.
That's why I'm also learning people pleasing.
Uh,
And I'm in that journey.
okay.
Go ahead.
So yes, thank you so much, guys, for joining us for this episode. I really hope that you've had a couple of takeaways. The next time you're about to do something that does not sit well with you, and that is going to be detrimental to you, your being, your finances, your joy, your happiness, please rethink it. Come back to our comments. Come back to our video. See how to manage it. And then, of course, you can always connect with us on our social media pages. I go by Wamoyos everywhere. There's put the Z. I think Twitter there are 2 Zs. Instagram there's 1 Z. And you?
Miss Njuki. That is MS, short form for Miss. Dot Njuki. But what we'll just do to make it easier, we'll put in our description box. Feel free to engage with us. Tell us your experiences. Also, when you have those moments, just share with us to the best of our capacity, because also we are learning people pleasing.
Yeah.
We cannot
You're not
always be also we cannot always be there by 24 hours.
Yeah.
To the best of our capacity, we respond when we can, and just give you our takes on the various things. But walk this journey. I promise it's worth it.
Yeah, and it's okay to not be liked by everyone. I will stick.
That is a specialty. She's just fine. I am learning. She's the expert.
So bye toodles.
Bye.
Take care. Oh, and make Bugo's cocktail. It's amazing. Like low effort, just like you should have your friendships with me.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing the most. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.